Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Monday. I'm glad you're here. Today's Red Mic message, the open tabs problem. Now, a lot of people think they're tired because they're working too hard. Good message for a Monday, right? You wake up, you're like, and yeah, again, people think they're tired because they're working too hard. And sometimes, yeah, that's true. But a lot of times they're tired because they're trying to think about too many things at once. They're not physically tired. They're mentally tired. They're emotionally tired. Attention is like a flashlight, I think. It works best when it's pointed in one direction. And unfortunately, most of us spend our days trying to point it everywhere at once. The email you need to answer, the project that's half finished, the phone call you forgot to return, the garage that needs cleaning, the bill you need to pay, the doctor's appointment you need to schedule. Guilty. The conversation you've been avoiding, the book you're halfway through, the exercise plan you mean to start tomorrow. Every unfinished task creates a little mental tab that stays open. One tab isn't a problem. 20 tabs will crash the system. Try it with Google. You'll figure that out. Topics like this are why I do Red Mic messages. This is a series of leadership and life lessons I've picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. And today's Red Mic message is no different. When I coach football, we would have a player who would be trying to learn everything all at one time, learning every position: cornerback, safety, linebacker, tackle, tight end. You name it. And they would struggle, not because they weren't talented. Usually they were the most talented kid I had on the field, but they were overloaded. The players who developed fastest were the ones who focused on mastering one thing before moving to the next. And life works the same way. But we live in a culture that celebrates multitasking. And I've never been convinced that multitasking is real. What most people call multitasking is actually task switching. And every switch comes with a cost, in my opinion. You lose momentum, you lose focus, you lose energy. And then at the end of the day, you've been busy for 9, 10 hours, and somehow you feel like you've accomplished nothing because motion and progress are not the same thing. And that's why I think completing something feels so good. Finish the project, make a decision, return the call, have the conversation, check it off the list. Your brain wants closure. There's actually a scene in Big Bang Theory where Sheldon is made by Amy Farrah Fowler to not complete things. And they make a big joke of it, that he wants to complete things. But the thing is, we all want to complete things. Then, of course, there's a scene after that she doesn't let him finish things where he goes back and he finishes everything. And again, they played it for laughs, but I think it's real. Again, your brain loves closure, and completion creates energy. Open loops, they consume it. And that happens in the workplace. It's true for leadership. I've seen organizations exhaust themselves trying to chase 10 priorities at the same time. If everything is priority one, then nothing is a priority. The best leaders, in my opinion, simplify. They identify the mission, they focus the team, they eliminate distractions. And in doing that, you create enough clarity that people know exactly what matters most. So if you're feeling overwhelmed today, don't start by asking, what else do I need to do? Instead, ask, what can I finish the quickest? What can you decide? What can you delegate? What can you eliminate? What can you close? Because being scattered is exhausting. Focus, on the other hand, is energizing. Sometimes the fastest way to get your energy back isn't rest, it's resolution. And no, I'm not saying that rest is unimportant. Of course it is. But again, Again, open loops consume energy. Completion creates energy. Multitasking is just task switching. If everything is a priority, then nothing is a priority. And focus isn't restrictive, it's liberating. All of that is today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting or helpful. I hope you're able to use some of these things in place in your own life. I would appreciate it very much if you give me a like, a follow, and a share. The share is really important, but if you don't want to do that, if you think I'm full of it, let me know in the comments. I look forward to the polite discussion. Now, on another completely note, got new glasses this weekend. You may recognize, you may not. But they're supposed to be anti-reflective. In what universe is this anti-reflective? Yeah, I'm going to be calling that lab today and say, hey, I got photographic proof. This is not anti-reflective. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. It's Monday. It's the first page in a new chapter. So go out and make it a good one. I know you can do it. I'll see you again tomorrow. And until next time, don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.